Another episode of Max Level Video Games where me, Shane, show you guys the ins, outs, and all abouts of owning your own retro video game store. How well this video is going to go, but we're going to go with it. It's another day. Let's see what we got going on. Working on PS4 controllers in the back, cleaning them up. So this one's good to go. We just need to get this sticker off from the thrift store. Organized just a little bit, clearing some stuff out. We are going to put a table here for testing consoles and everything right here. A test bench pretty much. Organized everything. This is the two Goodwill bins that we need to get rid of. Full online sales right now. It's a perfect time if you're looking to get Xbox 360, Xbox One, even a system controllers. Right now, 10% off going until the end of the month. Definitely took advantage of this. Let me show you what Dallas grabbed. Driver, Kingdom Hearts 3, Dragon Quest, Japanese, Out of Vice City, and he picked up Mercenaries, Kingdom of Under Fire 3, Halo multiplayer pack, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. You know, we always appreciate it. Nancy ended up picking up the legendary Starfy on the DS. Thank you, Nancy. Another sale. Jeremy, I appreciate it. Grab the Avatar Last Airbender. We appreciate your order. It's getting shipped out right now. Xbox here doesn't read discs. We're gonna take it apart really quick and see if we can get this to work. It off. This thing's probably gonna be dusty. Usually are. Unplug the hard drive or just undo this little section here so you can get this section out. I will take the hard drive off for right now. It tends to give us a little look-see-poo in here and see how bad this thing has never been blown out or anything. What we need to look at is this guy right here. We're in here anyways. We'll go ahead and give this a brush and a clean. Give it some more, a better chance of not burning up. Brush it all off. Most of the dirt's now on my finger. Got all those fuzzies, most of the fuzzies out. Plug the fan and take this whole entire fan out to clean it. Unplug it. There's two clips on the sides. It can be kind of difficult. I usually use a flathead screwdriver, like so. Get it in there. And then I'll lift up and pop it out. Thing can be in there pretty good. I usually get one side just a little up so it doesn't clip, and then I can get the other side, and then I have to force it out, and it will come out. Come on. Give it the fan. There we go. And we'll get that side right there cleaned up. This grill area right here as much as we can. Oh, nice and clean. Ready to do its job and blow air out and not a bunch of dust. Back into place like so. Plug it back in. And this fan is good to go. Motherboard to the side. And we're going to actually work on the disk drive now. It has a little plastic holder for the hard drive in here. We'll clean that up a bit. And then we're going to take the 4 screws out. These 4 screws out, we should just be able to turn this over and finagle this thing off. There it goes. There we go. And of course there are some dust and ooh, our favorite, a hair. Gotta have a hair in here, like mandatory. That kitty hair for later, but we're gonna clean this up a bit. Clean the laser, and I'll show you kind of how I set it up prior to seeing if it even works. The thing that I like about the Xbox old trays is they have these tiny clips in these corners, and what you can do is push them down. Even get that far, we got to make sure the laser unit is down, so there's a little gear right here. Pull it toward us, and the laser should start going down. And the tray should start coming out. At this point, we could just pull it. It's going to stop right there. And that's where we're going to hit these 2 tabs. And show you those tabs right here. Right here. Pushes down. This side has a little key slot for the bottom, so it follows the rail. So a good time in this to change out this little rubber thing. If you know anything about Xbox and Xbox 360s, this little rubber thing starts wearing down and wearing out and have as much strength, and essentially it doesn't pop the tray out. So we're going to replace this. I personally don't like to replace them prior to testing these to see if the laser reading works and not wasting my time and resources on stuff that does read discs and works, just needs a new tray. You also don't have to go through this much to get to this. You can actually just pop out the tray, turn it off, and you can see it right here when the tray is closed. And then you can kind of get some tweezers or something, pop it off, put a new one on. We're going to put a new one on anyway. New one's right here, and they're in much better shape. These rubbers for the last 23, 24 years have been pretty worn out. I mean, look at that. Make sure it's seated right. Go around. I don't really want to twist it as much as I can. I just want it to go on there. Nice and easy. Boop, just like that. Now, that rubber should be a lot better than this one. I've heated these up to get them back to the right, like, pat. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Replacing them is their best option. The reason we're actually in here is this guy right here. So, let's clean it up and kind of put it back together and see what's going on. Good old isopropyl alcohol on one side, drying it off with the Q-tip on the other. And let's kind of put it back together. Now, unlike the PS2, the Xbox, you can't pop off this unless you pop it out of this sticker. So, normally, I'll just put it back together just enough to work. Get back in, put the lid back on, kind of put it back together with the top off with the hard drive and see if this will start reading games. Put the plastic thing in, we just kind of sitting there. Let's plug her in and see if it's gonna work. AV plugged in. We got power plugged in. AV is on. Let's hit the eject button, see if we put the tray in right. Hey, look at that. We got our trusty SD Armageddon right here for testing purposes. Let's close it and see if it loads. This thing is not reading, but what I was hearing was disc slipping. And so what I did, you see this little pad that's right around this little disc holder? I cleaned it with some isopropyl alcohol, and hopefully that's gonna hold onto the disc a little bit better. So let's get the tray back on and see if it's gonna work. Got it sitting on top of it. Let's see. Doesn't sound like it. We got a Microsoft logo. Nope. We'll try this to get this thing working. That's the potentiometer right there. So, we took the bottom plate off, and we're going to try to adjust this to see if we can get it to work. Looks like there's two pots, probably for DVD and games. I don't know which one's which. So we just got a Phillips head putting a little pressure. I'm gonna try both, just pop them up a bit and see what happens. Like you guys, I just took this little guy off so we can grab this, so I can show you kind of what's going on the inside of it. Here it is without the cover on. We'll put the game in, and what we're gonna do next is put that guy right in the middle so you can see kind of what maybe the laser's doing, how the disc is spinning. We just want to see it work. See if it is working, see if it stops. It's hard to tell without this little plastic thing in here if it's even working. It looks like it's still struggling. It was similar to the GameCube. I'm gonna continue adjusting these and testing it, adjusting and testing until I can get it to work. I haven't messed with these too much. I could tell you though, I don't even see a laser. Like, I'm just not seeing a laser at all. I'm not sure exactly how these are supposed to load, how they're supposed to work. If this is anything like the GameCube, if this laser's not showing, it may either be the actual laser, the ribbon cable, or maybe a capacitor on here. So what are we gonna do about this? I don't think I have any more Xboxes back here in our test bench pile. This is kind of like the only one I had. For learning purposes, we're gonna retake mine apart and do some research. Hard drive out of my Xbox. I know this works. So what I want to see first is how this works. How does it spin up? How does it look like when it's actually working? Figure out kind of what it looks like when it's working. I can get a general idea of how the laser's supposed to act and what's going on with it, so I can continue to see patterns, so I can continue to repair these. This one apart and put that plastic bit in here and see what it's supposed to do. So I got my tray open. I got the other plastic thing in here on my Xbox. Let's see what it's supposed to... There's a laser. I mean, it's reading. So you're supposed to see a laser. That's what it's supposed to do. It's definitely not doing that. What I'm gonna try is just put this laser that's not working in this Xbox and see if it works. Works. That means there's something else going on with this board. But if this doesn't work, that's fine. I don't know if we can swap hard drive or disk drives or not. So it opens. Closes. I don't see a single laser at all. Nothing. Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay. That disk drive in this system and see what happens. Here we go. So this is the working disk drive. Oh, there's a laser in the non-working Xbox. And there it goes. So we know there's something going on with this. Whether that's the laser, the ribbon cable, or this motherboard. This is going to be our problem. These are two different motherboards for the systems. So this is the laser for mine. This is the laser and assembly for this one. So they're different models, different hard drives. I don't even know if we can't even really swap parts when it comes to this because they're different assemblies. That kind of sucks. I wonder if the ribbon cables are the same. Maybe the ribbon cables are the same and we could try that. Well, this one is significantly smaller. I don't even think I'd be able to put this one in here and get it to work. Let me see. It looks like they might be the same size. That is negative. These have different size ribbon cables, so we can't test the ribbon cable. Kind of where I'm at impasse. I can't really change the laser because it's a different laser than the one that works, which is mine. It's a different board. I can't change the board to see if it's the board. I have no ribbon cable, so I'm playing a guessing game. Do I spend time messing around with capacitors on the motherboard? Who knows if that's going to do anything. Maybe it is just the laser itself needs to be changed. I don't think I can change. Yeah, the ribbon cables are completely different. It's a different motherboard and everything. When it comes to the laser, do I spend money and just replace the laser? I shouldn't get rid of all my Xboxes so I can test this a little bit more, fart around with it, figure out what exactly is going on. I'm going to do a little research online, see if I can narrow it down to maybe there is a capacitor on here that goes bad all the time. So that's where I'm going to go for it now. Xbox we're not going to deal with right now. I want to do this Dreamcast though. I want to take it apart. We got a laser. I believe this is our laser for it. See if we can get this guy to work. Replace the laser. Let's see if it works. Nothing. I don't even see the laser working again. It wasn't reading quite right, so I adjusted the potentiometer on it, and it started to spin like it should. I'm gonna grab a controller. It's gonna work. Oh no. Oh no. Come on. There it goes. Oh. Alright. Play some Spawn. What was it? Singing? Let's play singing. I don't know what the control stick does anything, but once I use the pad, it's not. Okay, get out of here. Oh no! Controller has a short in the wire somewhere, so that's not working properly. That came out of this bin. So we should probably grab all the controllers and just test them all and see if they work. Let's play a better battle arena fighting game, for sure. All right, let's test all these controllers. Probably one of the best arena fighting games on the Dreamcast. We've tested all these Dreamcast controllers. All of them work. We've had to do a little work on this plug. It was pretty rough, but we got it working. And then we are going to be retrobriding both of these controllers. They're pretty bad right now. You can clearly see the difference. So we're gonna retrobride these. Hopefully they'll turn out better. I'll put those in a bath of hydrogen peroxide. The big old blue gloves. Safety first, right?
After this, it's time for your checkup.
Kingdom Hearts. I think what we're going to do is we're going to clear this section out, and all of our loose cases are down here. And then Nick said he's really good at IKEA furniture and said he could put this in like 30 minutes or less. Or he works for free.
High score, bro.
Yeah, so he said he's so good at putting IKEA furniture together that he would do this in 30 minutes or less.
Blind.
And if it's not, we get him to work for a day for free.
I don't remember the full length of that conversation, but I'm sure it went very differently.
No. Through the PS3 stuff. This is all stuff that has completes, manuals. We're getting through these. That is the rest of the PS3 that we have in the back stock. Mel's still knocking out all the PlayStation stuff. We got PS4. PlayStation 2 is going to be the next biggest thing. We're almost getting there. Everything that we have in stock right now. Some of these need to be cleaned. We got some decent stuff in here. Kingdom Hearts, Katamari Forever, Sly Collection, that one's a good one. What do we do when all of our back stock is done, Mel?
Most likely we're gonna have to deal with more inventory from trades and stuff like that.
Correct, because essentially we're going to start getting into acquisition when it comes to it so we can get inventory faster, better quality of inventory, and everything else. We just had so much back stock going on right now, it's crazy. But I'm so glad we finally were able to get to it. It's been months staring at this stuff, and we're starting to organize and clean back here. Nick just found a knockoff PS3 controller. Yeah, this has like, instead of Philips, which has always been, PlayStation always uses Philip controller. This one uses like some security bit, and it's see-through.
Yeah, I think they're Allen keys, dude.
And it doesn't
branding
even
is different,
have,
too.
yeah, it doesn't say DualShock 3 like it says on every other PS3 controller. I think every single other PS3 controller says it, right?
Yeah, pretty much every single one, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Every single one does it. And the back of it is completely different than every single PS3 controller. Each of them have the model numbers on the top right, where this has the model number like here. HZC1U. There's a C2U. Here's a 2U.
Maybe we should just Google
2U.
it, see if it's legit.
There's a 2U. So this is, I don't know. Let's see if we find another 1U. 2U.
2U.
They're all 2Us.
This one's rubbed the fuck off.
2U.
Someone was having fun with that one. 2U.
So all these are 2Us and not
2U.
a 1U.
2U. 2U.
Maybe this is
first
on
gen?
first gen. Let's look it up. Figured it out that this is the first gen, but they had weird screws that we couldn't get into, so we just wanted to double check to see if we could use any of its parts and pieces. It wasn't working to begin with, guys. Calm down. Bits, and none of my bits inside this thing was able to do anything to these things. And I'm not about to drill out, like, they're super weird. They weren't worth it. Oh, I made myself bleed. Whatever.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
But we did harvest at least the sticks out of them, so you know that's a plus.
There's a new. I haven't seen this before. I've seen the other one. It's like a tray
Tray.
that sits on the motherboard.
This had
These
those.
PlayStation. They don't conform to any form factor when it comes to. I've opened up so many of these, and every single time it's a different motherboard, a different type of, like, the batteries are always the same.
I mean, just look at
But
that.
then, like,
look at that one. That one's completely different compared to this
all
one.
different, and they have the same model number.
And
but
they're all
everything-
the same model number.
This is why I don't like PlayStation, dude. I feel like they cut corners on costs to make cheap ass controllers, and they sell them to people for, like, expensive.
Yeah. I mean, just look. I think these two are the same model number, right? That white one you have opened already, and this one.
Yeah, these are the same model number.
But the motherboards are completely different. Are there dates on here that tells us?
I don't know, dude.
No.
But this is nuts, though. And then what's weird too is, okay, so like they use this motherboard for like power and UI or whatever you want to call it, but then they all use like this weird little like ribbon for button contacts.
Yep.
And they're always different. Every ribbon is different in every controller I've ever opened. I don't think I've ever seen two of the same one.
This one looks the same as that, but who knows? Yeah, that board inside of it, because we can look at it, looks the
Oh
same.
wait, why is that battery so massive? Is it the same one?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same one.
Actually, I think this is the same battery as well.
We're taking that. That's mine.
We're just harvesting these together. I just have never seen the first gen, I guess. You gotta call it the first gen.
Thing out.
Yeah.
But this just pops out.
It's
So
weird.
it's so
Different.
weird,
They
dude.
they
Oh,
transition.
Broke it. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna break it anyway. So that clips onto this stupid ribbon cable, and then you pull the whole thing out. Oh, there's a screw. Don't forget the screw.
Audience. Long video, but this is going to be it for us. We got through a couple of the PS3 controllers, still working through them. The Sega Dreamcast controllers cleaned, fixed, and repaired. We're going to be selling those soon. We got a lot going on, guys and girls and man bear pigs. I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching. As always, I'll see you next time. Don't forget to level up.